This video is going to help you deal with kind of a sobering topic right now, which is the fact that so many people are needing to apply for unemployment because of shutdown, coronavirus-related shutdowns. They've lost their jobs, and it's a really difficult time for a lot of people. So a lot of people are finding themselves in the position where maybe they've never had to apply for unemployment before, or they are unfamiliar with how to do so online. They've maybe worked the same job for a number of years, and this is just an overwhelming process. So maybe you're not personally seeking unemployment right now, but if you know someone who is, you might send this to them. The Economic Policy Institute, which is a think tank group, estimated that roughly almost 3.5 million people filed for unemployment last week alone. That's based on a news analysis that they performed. So that's a record-setting number. These are really unprecedented times, and a lot of people are just feeling a lot of grief and stress over this. So this video is going to help you apply for unemployment benefits in Connecticut State, although we are starting at the USA.Gov site, so you will be able to find your own state's kind of stipulations. A couple of things that are important to point out is that there are special steps to take if you have lost your job due to a coronavirus-related shutdown. In some states, it's going to differ based on whether or not you yourself are sick or your workplace has shut down, you're unable to work from home. Again, you cannot collect unemployment benefits unless you are not receiving any form of wage from your employer. So, in the library world, we always recommend that people start at the source, the most authoritative source you can for a particular topic. So for unemployment, you're going to want to make sure you're at government run websites. There is a lot of scams going around at the moment. People are afraid and desperate, and unfortunately that is really ample opportunity for people to deceive and get personal information from you. So just make sure you are never giving personal information out unless you know for certain who you are talking to. Whether it's a phone call or an email, you know, if you get some sort of alarming messaging from someone and you're not absolutely certain of who it's from, you can always call to confirm, although you might be on the line for quite a long time, or ask a library or a librarian, give us a call or an email and see if it's advisable to follow some sort of message you've been getting. Again, just be very, very hesitant about giving out your personal information. So to start for getting unemployment help on this page here, there's a whole lot of information that you might be interested in looking into, but we're going to go ahead and select apply for unemployment benefits. And each state, as it says, runs its own program, so we're going to want to select our state from a map. And again, I am working at Mystic and Knowing Library here, so I'm going to select Connecticut. Now, this is going to refer you to a few different places. You can go right into the claim, or I'm going to opt to go here to the general information section. And this tells you in big red letters right off the bat that there are special circumstances right now. If you've been unemployed due to the coronavirus, you should file for unemployment benefits. And I would go ahead and click here for more information. It gives you a very brief, just a page of bullet points for you to read very closely, because again, there are special actions you want to take right now to make sure that your claim is filed as fast as possible. And the biggest one is that when you get to this question, do you have a definite return to work date after today? You want to answer yes, even though that may not necessarily be true. And the date you are going to enter is April 15th, 2020. And I believe this is when the governor's executive order expires, although we'll see what happens as it gets closer, the at-home shelter order. So let's go back here. So we have two options. If your first time applying is right now, you're going to want to file a new claim or reopening an existing one. And so we'll click on this button here. So this is just a notice that we're leaving the Department of Labor site. So always a good practice to read stipulations like this. It's just to make sure you're aware of where you're going and why. So now we are on the direct benefits site for Connecticut. Again, lots of red text to make sure everybody is on the same page. Let's see, any other important information I have not already given to you. If you do not yet have a definite return to work date, enter April 15th. And if you don't have your employer's registration number with the Department of Labor, you can ask them for it, and if they don't have it, they should probably go through this step anyway. They've forgotten my Department of Labor registration number. I'll link to this in the description. But they've given you a, here we go. They've given you a substitute one just because this is such an urgent time. So you will need a valid email address in order to file online. And there is a guide that makes it really, really easy, because I'm not going to walk you through all the information you enter in the field, just because I don't want to enter personal information or anything to that effect. But there's this really nice little eligibility question here that gives you some more information on the monetary breakdown and who can file. Whoops. But in terms of actually applying, you will apply right here. If you do not have an account yet, which if you haven't applied before, you will not, you're going to have to click here to create one. And again, once you've logged in, I'm going to refer you to this guide now, right here. So this gives you images of what you're actually going to be seeing and what you're going to have to fill out. And again, not following these instructions will delay your claim. So we do not want that to happen right now. So again, yes on the definite return to work date. And then they give you a really good breakdown of what to answer to get you through this process. So it tells you the directions you're going to get. It tells you how to respond on this specific shutdown questionnaire that you'll be referred to. And then once you've completed all the above questions, you get to the claimant questionnaire. You have to answer the questions accurately and completely. And then once you finish these forms, you're going to hit submit and the claim will be sent to them. And then you will get updates to your email so that you know what's happening with your claim. The biggest reason for doing this electronically right now is just to reduce the amount of time that a phone call or paperwork is going to take. So especially kind of older folks who may not be as comfortable with technology and with the online process, sending them this form and this guide is really going to help alleviate some of the anxiety. And again, once you've filled it out to the best of your ability with these stipulations and you select submit, check your email to be sure that you have a confirmation, and then your claim will go through and be processed, and hopefully you'll be getting your unemployment benefits as soon as possible. So I will link these resources into the description of the video, and good luck everybody. Stay safe, take care of each other, and stay 6 feet apart.